Years ago, I used to say, if you want to know how wonderful I am, speak to my mother. Today, I can tell you with a full heart, if you want to know how wonderful I am, speak to my beautiful wife. Before I go into my prepared words, I'd like to thank Rabbi Talushkin because years ago, I was involved in a Jewish charitable organization in New York, as I am in many, and in this particular one, Jackie Mason was the MC. And it was before he made his Broadway show return. The CEO, who was a word that sounds like a balabusta, but wasn't quite balabusta, do I have to be clear? A ballbuster, basically asked Jackie Mason to start his presentation. And I was standing right there when Jackie Mason said, "Lady, do you think I survived 40 years on the Borscht Belt speaking when Jews are eating? You did a wonderful job of starting, and I thank you for the MC." I read better without my glasses. Successful organizations rely on business maps as an expression of their vision for the future. While business plans may describe the near-term activities of an organization, success can only be achieved within the context of a long-term vision. That business approach and long-term vision is what I hope I have brought to the Jewish National Fund these past 4 years. I am proud of the time I spent as president of the JNF and the remarkable accomplishments of our organization. Thank you all for giving me that opportunity. I must also give credit where credit is due. Most of this would not have been possible without the support of my loving and loved wife of 35 years, Randy, whom I ask you all to join me in wishing a happy birthday this week. Let me highlight two major achievements. A 24% growth in our campaign over the last 4 years. Give yourself a big hand. And now my favorite part. This year, our campaign closed at over $461 million towards our campaign of $1 billion. With the strength of our campaign, the commitment of our board, and the passion of our donors, we charted a roadmap for the future unlike any other organization that has dared to undertake. Will all of our board members from across the country please stand up and take a bow? Please, I can't see in the light, but I want you to stand up because we are a lay leader-driven organization, and without you, this wouldn't be possible, and I thank you all. Yet we cannot rest and must look to the challenges and opportunities ahead. We need to deliver bold and transformative solutions to help secure a prosperous future for the land and the people of Israel. Thank you. We must engage more and more of our young people into our Zionist movement. Driven by this deep sense of purpose and responsibility, our billion-dollar campaign is an ambitious financial target and has a comprehensive strategy, a vision to go with it. This is something we should all be proud of. Jewish National Fund is connecting more American Jews to the land and the people of Israel as never before, and we have implemented unique projects to strengthen the people of Israel over the decade ahead. Jewish National Fund is an organization of social and philanthropic entrepreneurs utilizing cutting-edge best practices to operate like a 21st century business. Yet, we have always stayed focused on the target, our ancient homeland and our Zionist mission. That is the Jewish National Fund. Our 10-year investment plan is built on the core values that have empowered us over the past years. Jewish National Fund was created through tangible results from humble beginnings, yet we have accomplished so much. We have built over 250 reservoirs. A tree has become 260 million trees. Thousands of parks, 7 new communities in the Negev this past decade, 15% added to Israel's water resources, heritage sites redone, firefighter units refitted and modernized, 700 housing sites to date, and now an American high school in Israel, the Alexander Muss High School. It says here that 4 years went by fast. Well, I don't know if it was so fast, but it was a wonderful 4 years. Israel and the American Jewish community face serious challenges in the decade ahead, and I know that the spirit that has sustained us, the Jewish National Fund, will meet those challenges. Our roadmap for the next decade incorporates new breaking ground ventures, connecting the next generation to Israel and Zionism, community building on Israel's frontiers, the Negev and the Galilee, promotion of Aliyah from Northern America, infrastructure for ecology and housing, our work for people with special needs. Thank you. You all saw that wonderful presentation today. Under the leadership of our new president, Dr. Saul Lizerbram, and his wife Loren, we will go from strength to strength. I will continue my work now as chairman of the board. Together with Ronald S. Lauder, our chairman emeritus, and Bruce Gould, our president-elect, we are set to take all challenges. And of course, our professionals, from CEO Russell Robinson, please, to our people on the ground, from San Francisco to Tampa Bay. I understand the weak applause because San Francisco and Tampa Bay both beat our New York football teams today. From Arizona to Massachusetts, will all of our professionals stand and take a bow? In the immortal words of Eminem, please stand up, please stand up. Okay, they get paid. That's enough applause. When Theodor Herzl wrote his landmark book, The Jewish State, he used fiction to inspire millions of Jews around the world to take action today. Today, we are writing a new book, and we don't have to call upon fiction. In our book, we will write about our success. Our dreams for the future transcend fiction. Our dreams have become reality. We will continue writing great new chapters. In our hands, we have the power to shape the future. Let's do it together. Let's set our sights on a new chapter of our history, of Jewish National Fund's destiny and the Jewish people's destiny. I ask you all to keep doing more to impact the land and the people of Israel. I would also like to thank one more group. We have a number of Israelis here in our audience speaking to us, sharing with us here today. This past week was a very meaningful week in many ways, aside from my wife's birthday. We had the Balfour Proclamation. We had Kristallnacht, unfortunately. And we had here in the States Veterans Day. Now, in the United States, we have a custom of when we see our military, thanking them for their service. We as Jews in America are bound to thank our Israelis in the Israeli Defense Force for their service, and I thank you all personally and as a collective. I ask everybody in the audience today to keep doing more to impact the land and the people of Israel. I ask you to ask others to join us. I've been very proud and privileged to have been the president of this organization for the past 4 years. I look forward to many, many more years of involvement. I thank you all for the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to our video screens.
Hey Lauren, are you ready yet? We've got to get to the airport.
I'm ready. Did you remember to cancel the newspapers?
Yes, dear, let's go.
Sal, it's me, Gray Davis. Hey, sorry to interrupt your stroll down memory lane, but it's your big day, your inauguration. Now, as a former governor of California, I can tell you something about inauguration days, and I think I can help you out.
Enough about you. Is Lauren there? Lauren, I found my First Lady tiara. I'll send it right over. Now, don't spend too much time in Saul's dream.
Yes, dear. Sal, there's no one better than you to lead the Jewish National Fund. I have seen firsthand what you can do when you are passionate. Without your passion and support, I never would have been governor. Anyway, enough of that. You got to get going. Sal.
You gotta get up. You gotta go.
Okay, I was dreaming. Okay, let's go.
What an honor you've been given.
I know, I can hardly believe it. Oh, it's John Garamendi. Hello?
Hey, hello, Saul. Yeah, this is Garamendi, John Garamendi. You remember me, don't you?
Of course, John. Hello, what can I do for you?
Hey, what's this going on in Florida? What's this big deal all about?
Well, John, I'm the new president of the Jewish National Fund.
Well, I'm not surprised. You've been looking out for Israel for so many, many years.
Thank you. Yes, so it's my inauguration.
Hey, nobody deserves it more than you.
Thank you, John.
Now, Saul, if you need an advisor on how to plant trees, you and I have got to talk.
Planting trees. Well, that's great, John. I appreciate it. Will you be able to join us in Florida?
Of course I'm going to be with you. You know I'm coming down to Florida. I'm going to be there to congratulate you and to make sure you know how to plant trees.
Terrific. Listen, John, I really got to go, but we'll see you there. Bye.
Okay, Saul, we look forward to it. Give Lauren my best, and we look forward, Patty and I are going to be with you, and congratulations.
Speaking of trees, did you remember to pay the gardener?
Yes, dear.
We're finally on our way.
I know. I can't believe it's really happening. You know, I wouldn't be here without you.
That's very sweet. Did you put the dog out before we left?
We don't have a dog.
Welcome to the Diplomat Hotel.
Thank you.
Mr. President, we have two special guests who want to recognize you today. California Governor Jerry Brown and Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom.
I wish I could be there with you as you congratulate Saul Lizerbram as your new national president. I've known Saul for decades, and I found him to be an extraordinary personality and man of real character. He's a leader, he's an entrepreneur, he's a doctor, he's a friend. I think Saul Lizerbram will be the best pick you've ever made because he knows how to do things, he's wonderful with people, and he has deep convictions, and his Jewish faith is something that inspires awe in everyone he meets. Good luck, Saul. We know you're going to do a great job.
Gavin Newsom, Lieutenant Governor of your home state, California, just expressing on behalf of a grateful state our appreciation for your leadership, for your faith, devotion, and cause to the JNF and everything it represents on this historic and momentous day of now your ascendancy to the presidency of this organization. We revere you, we respect you, and we're proud that you come from the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy, and you've embraced the principles that we're all better off when we're all better off. And so it's in that spirit that I'm grateful to you for everything you've done and your demonstrable example that you leave to the people of the state. Now we look forward on a next stage to see your work at the JNF. Congratulations, Saul. We'll see you soon.
And now, Mr. President, we have a special presentation. Please welcome to the stage the United States Congressman John Garamendi and his wife, Patty.
You may have seen that video a moment ago, but Patty and I were not about to let this day go by. Many of you don't know Saul. You may have seen him in an event, one place or another, and you have an opportunity over the next 4 years to work with two incredible individuals. So what does it mean when you have deep faith? Deep faith, not flashy, but just a belief in God and carrying that religious foundation with you. Saul and Lauren, that is the two of you. What does it mean when there's a loyalty? Those of us from California that's worked with Saul and with Lauren understand the loyalty that they have, first to each other and their family, obviously to this organization, but to their friends all across the state of California, some of whom you've seen here. Intelligence, there's no doubt about the intelligence. I'm not sure which of the two of them are the most intelligent, but they're really smart folks, and they're going to do a great job. Commitment. You know, that commitment, that inner desire, that drive to stay with the task until it's completed. That's Saul. We know that, those of us from California that are here tonight to really congratulate and to share in this joyful moment. And finally, determination. We've talked to Saul, those of us sitting at table 13, from his hometown of San Diego. Yeah, San Diego. We've watched him in his determined way to carry out the task of this incredible organization. The JNF has been part of his life for years, and I know that that determination is shared and driven by Lauren as they have carried out their commitment, their loyalty, using their intelligence and their deep faith to make this organization an incredible force in the future of Israel. So for Patty and I, it is an honor for us to be here and to share this evening and to tell you, you are really lucky to have this man full-time and this woman full-time for the next 4 years. Congratulations.
So imagination, innovation, inspiration. These are words that truly describe Jewish National Fund. imagination, innovation, inspiration. Could I have ever imagined as a child, born before the birth of the modern state of Israel, placing coins in a blue box, that I would be the president of Jewish National Fund? What did homeland mean to the Jewish people? For 2,000 years, we did not have a place to call home. We prayed for it. Next year in Jerusalem. Next year in Jerusalem. Yet, what did that mean to me? What would it mean for me growing up in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and to have Israel as part of my life? What would it mean to me if it would have never come about? I already had a home. My community was my home. Why would I need a new home? What would that mean for us, the Jewish people? The Jews were persecuted for centuries until one man, a young journalist named Theodore Herzl, stepped up and said, wait a minute, we don't have to take this anymore. There is a dream that we've had as a people for 2,000 years. There's a place we can go to, a land that we had called home as a people for generations. The dream turned into reality when Herzl passed around his hat 116 years ago at the 5th World Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, and created, in effect, JNF's first blue box. The boxes began to appear, coins collected and land repurchased in our eternal homeland. Trees were planted to serve as property markers to ensure ownership as required by Ottoman law at the time. That was the beginning, when there was a woman, and then there was a woman who showed up in America in the winter of 1948. She was from Palestine, now known as the State of Israel, by way of Milwaukee and Denver. Her name, Golda Meir. She knew that funds were desperately needed to finance the anticipated war of independence. She was from Palestine, yet she called it our home. She stood before a group of Jewish leaders in Chicago and announced in her own words, in a few months, we're going to be fighting for our very existence. I can tell you stories of Jewish shepherds found dead with nothing but stones in their hands, defending our land, yours and mine. She continued, I can tell you about our people, our families, who came from the ashes of the Holocaust to a new land, to our land, your land. A land with very little natural resources, welcoming our people who came with even less. Many of the Holocaust survivors would have had no place to go if it weren't for Israel. Golda Meir made it crystal clear. We needed to understand that this was not just a piece of property 6,000 miles away. This was the land of Israel, the land for the Jewish people everywhere, and the American Jewish people answered the call. From her words and our partnerships, Israel became a light unto the nations. Jewish National Fund, founded in 1901, became an instrument to bring these dreams to fruition by buying the land known as Israel today. Could I have imagined I would be standing here today leading this organization? No. Could I have imagined what the people before me would accomplish? No. Yet, I'm inspired to stand here today and lead this organization with imagination, inspiration, and new innovations on the horizon? I say yes. It is yes for me and my wife, Lauren, for our children and our grandchildren. It is yes because we have hundreds of thousands of donors to whom I feel responsible. It is yes because we have thousands of years of history, a story I feel the need to share with more and more donors. Our organization has so much to offer, so much to build and innovate. I say yes for the future generations. Who could have imagined that an organization created by your grandparents and parents would bring to you our Blueprint Negev campaign, Go North campaign, 250 water reservoirs, services to thousands of people with disabilities, built housing sites this year, and so much more. A 7-mile river walk in the middle of Beersheba, a city of tomorrow. That is Jewish National Fund's imagination, innovation, and inspiration. In the Arava, with 2 inches of rainwater a year, they grow more tomatoes and peppers than the rest of Israel because of a partnership with Jewish National Fund. We imagine, we inspire, we innovate. Never been done before? Call on Jewish National Fund. We dare to get things done. Scary and different? We accept the challenge. That is Jewish National Fund. We think out of the blue box. Could I have imagined as a child that a coin in a blue box would teach me responsibility for the Jewish people and for all people? Well, through Jewish National Fund, over 20,000 children a day are doing just that through our U.S. programs for kindergarten through 8th grade, raising money to plant your way through Israel and buying trees. They are learning the act of tzedakah, charitable giving, and the responsibility of standing up and being counted. They understand they are there, we are here, we are one. One day, one of them will be standing up here, announcing they are proud members of the World Chairman Council by contributing over $1 million to Jewish National Fund. Could I have ever imagined an organization so powerful that it takes to Israel every year college professors, 9 Jewish college leaders, 60 buses on birthright, and 150 college students on alternative break? That 70 college campuses are visited by our Jewish National Fund Positive Israel speakers, speaking to thousands of college students about the importance of the state of Israel. Imagine thousands of 25 to 40-year-olds being so active in contributing to Israel through JNF Future. And they are our fastest growing group of donors. I'm proud to be your president. We will take risks. The same risks we took when we acquired the Alexander Muss High School in Israel. We did what Jewish National Fund always does. We made it happen, and look at the success now. Can you imagine we're going to build a $65 million second Alexander Muss campus in Beersheba? During my presidency, we will begin this campus. We will take 5,000 students a year to Alexander Muss High School, semester abroad program. and we will inspire them with the beauty, the land of Israel, and the people of Israel to set their sights on tomorrow. And maybe it's not always a big, innovative project. Maybe it's a story of a young boy in the community of Sderot. Lauren, myself, our friend Lynn Schenk, and others from San Diego were at the Jewish National Fund indoor playground in Sderot this past May. We were there to dedicate a music program. It was there that I saw the power of what we can do. We saw a young boy at the Hugh Friedman Music Center. Avi, an 8-year-old boy, was there with his older brother, who only knew the sound of a siren, warning of an incoming rocket from Gaza, and running for cover in 15 seconds. Avi would live differently. He was able to play and enjoy life in our rocket-fortified Sderot indoor playground. In 1 minute, he wowed us. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It was the only song Avi knew, on the only instrument he ever held in his life. He started just 1 week before. We saw his smile. We heard the song and saw the power of the Jewish National Fund. One song, one boy, replacing the sound of rockets with the sound of music. Yet, there are thousands upon thousands of Avis whose lives we touch every day. I cannot imagine when I was placing a coin into a blue box as a child, I would be standing here today becoming president of Jewish National Fund of America and being part of our $1 billion campaign. I know that together, you, your family, and mine, each and every one of those children buying a tree certificate, placing a coin in a blue box, every donor pledging $1 million or $18, all of us together will inspire the generation of today and tomorrow, Jewish National Fund. I want to thank my family, my wife Lauren, my children David, Marcy, Corey, Mana, my grandchildren Jake, Rachel, and Miles, for allowing me the opportunity to serve the Jewish National Fund, sometimes missing a basketball game or a soccer game, and my business partners Seth and John for allowing me to disappear from the office to attend to the Jewish National Fund. Imagination, innovation, inspiration, that's our Jewish National Fund, our voice in Israel. Thank you.
That's a really stunning inaugural vision. And also puts together one of the things that has so struck me over the years about the JNF, and one of the ways in which it defies the stereotype of much of Jewish life. The sense of unity I continually come across. You know, years ago I'd written a book on Jewish humor, analyzing Jewish life through 200 jokes. And one of the recurring themes was the fighting within the Jewish community. It was always a verbal aggression. You know, the old 19th century story, a Jew was challenged to a duel, and he said, "But if I'm late, start without me." So what did Jews do with their anger? They discharged it verbally. Yiddish became famous for the ferocity of its curses. "May all of your teeth fall out except one, and that should ache you." Or Jackie Mason, who Jeff Levine spoke of earlier. said, in this country, Jews don't fight. I don't know if you noticed that. In this country, Jews almost fight. Every Jew I know almost killed somebody. They'll all tell you if he had said one more word, he would have been dead today. That's right, I was ready, one more word. What's the word? Nobody knows what the word is. Well, the old story they tell about a conservative congregation that brought in a new rabbi. It had been around for 60 years, and every week during Shabbat services, a fight broke out when it came time to recite the Shema. Half of the people stood and half of the people sat. The half of the people who stood said, of course we stand for the Shema. It's the credo of Judaism. Those who sat said, no, according to the Jewish codes, if you're seated at the time of the Shema, you remain seated. The people who were standing yelled at the people who were sitting, stand up. The people who were sitting yelled at the people who were standing, sit down. It's destroying the whole decorum of the service. It's driving the rabbi crazy. It's finally brought to his attention that at a nearby home for the elderly is a 99-year-old man who 60 years earlier was a founding member of the shul. So the rabbi appoints a delegation of 3 to go interview the old man. The rabbi, one of those who stands and one of those who sits. They walk into the room, and the guy who stands for the Shema says to the old man, wasn't it the tradition in our congregation to stand for the Shema? And the old man goes, no, that wasn't the tradition. Guy's heartbroken. The other guy says, wasn't it the tradition to sit for the Shema? He says, no, that wasn't the tradition. The rabbi can't control himself. He starts yelling at the old man. He says, I don't care what the tradition was. Just tell them one or the other. You know what goes on otherwise? The people who are standing yell at the people who are sitting. The people who are sitting yell at the people who are standing. The old man goes, that was the tradition. So in that regard, JNF has broken with that tradition. The sense of unity I continually find as I go around the country speaking before JNF groups really has defied that, and that sense of unity has been very, very profound. And it defied another thing. You know, I tell the story in my book, can you sum up Jewish humor with one general observation? I said, no, it's too broad-based. It covers too many areas. But there was a joke I heard years ago when I was living for a number of years in Israel. A group of elderly retired men in Israel, in Tel Aviv, get together every morning at a cafe, and their talks are always about the world situation, which is usually pretty negative. And then one day, one of them in the group says, you know what? I'm an optimist. So they're all taken aback. Then one of them notices something fishy. He says, wait, if you're an optimist, why do you have such a worried look on your face? He says, you think it's easy to be an optimist? Jewish history, filled as it has been with pogroms, expulsions, persecutions, has inclined Jews towards pessimism. Judaism, in its insistence that we're ultimately moving towards messianic redemption, inclines us to optimism. Hence, we end up as optimists with worried looks on our faces. But what I want to say is, JNF is inspiring in me a real sense of optimism, and tonight, watching what's gone on in these last years and watching the vision for the future, I really join in with this optimism. Thank you very, very much. And now I'd like to invite Idan Tamler back to the stage.
Good evening. What a pleasure it is to be a part of this incredible evening and this incredible family, the JNF. I grew up in Jamaica Estates, Queens. Thank you. And I grew up listening to a lot of Jewish American music. And one of my favorite bands was called Blue Fringe. So, okay, here's some people know who they are. So I'm going to sing one of their best songs, in my opinion, called City of Gold. What have I become when all I feel is numb to the numbers? But that's all they are to me now.
Well, I can't read the news anymore. It's all the same to me. It's all monotony. When did I grow so cynical? Nothing helps me. Nothing helps to see. The wave of helplessness has washed me away, and I can't get back. 'Cause I am lost without you. I need to be with you. How can I help ease your pain? Just tell me what to do. I am here without you, standing in the cold. How can I help ease your pain? City of gold. בכל יום שעובר אני חושב עלייך ותן את הכל, הושיט את ימיני, את לא תהיי לבד. אם אשכחך ירושלים, אלוהים תשכח את ימיני. 'Cause I am lost without you. I need to be with you. How can I help ease your pain? Just tell me what to do. I am here without you, standing in the cold. How can I help ease your pain? City of gold. I can't stand to see the world close its eyes to the truth, and I can't stand to see myself standing still. And some days I just want to put it all behind and come to you and comfort you. 'Cause I am lost without you. I need to be with you. How can I help ease your pain? Just tell me what to do. I am here without you, standing in the cold. How can I help ease your pain? City of gold. I get lost without you. I need to be with you. How can I help ease your pain? Just tell me what to do. I am here without you, yeah, yeah. Standing in the cold. How can I help ease your pain? City of gold.
Thank you so much. I'd like to call on my friend Alan Mason, this incredible pianist. And we're going to play Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Oh, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. But she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 וגם אם דבר האל צדק, האהבה עזרה לי רק לשלוף לפני כל אקדוחן פרוע. לא שיר תלונה אני לך שר, לא שיר צליין קדוש מואר, רק שיר שבור וקר של הללויה. 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. For our final song, we'd like to play something that you can all sing along with us. The song is called Yachad, which means together, and it's only fitting that we do sing it together. So please join along. יחד לב אל לב נפתח ונראה את האור שבשמיים. יחד לב אל לב נפתח בתקווה לאהבה. איך שהלב נפתח חובק את העולם ובגריעה גדולה. זה שיר לאהבה. אמרו הכל אפשר ועוד לא מאוחר, השחר כבר עלה, זה זמן לאהבה. כולם ביחד. יחד לב אל לב נפתח ונראה את האור שבשמיים. יחד לב אל לב רק עם נעמים ובלי שום דאווים בדרך העולה זה זמן לאהבה אמרו הכל אפשר ועוד לא מאוחר השחר כבר עלה זה זמן לאהבה יחד לב אל לב נפתח ונראה את האור שבשמיים יחד לב אל לב נפתח בתקווה לאהבה עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם Sing with me עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם 1, 2, 3 סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם סלאם 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 עלינו ועל כל העולם סלאם סלאם עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם סלאם 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 עלינו ועל כל העולם סלאם סלאם עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Get home safe. God bless Israel. God bless America, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your 2017 Jewish National Fund Conference co-chairs, Vivian Gutman and Ben Gutman.
Hey everyone. Ben and I just want to take a moment to thank you all for attending this incredible Jewish National Fund Positively Israel Conference. Both of us are thrilled and honored to have been selected as chairs for this fabulous conference.
And we want to thank the fabulous staff, especially Yale and Amy, who is so much fun to work with. We want to thank Russell, all of you, and the entire JNF family for giving us this privilege. And in the words of my fabulous co-chair, it was amazing.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, now for the other business at hand. Tonight we have the great privilege of honoring Jose Maria Aznar, former president of Spain from 1996 through 2004. Unfortunately, we heard just earlier today that President Aznar is unable to join us in person due to an urgent family matter. However, he recorded a video to share with us for tonight. We chose him as our honoree for many reasons. During his time in office, President Aznar led an important process of economic and social reform. He continues to advocate for a firm policy against terrorism, one that is against any kind of political concession, combined with close international cooperation between democratic countries.
Under President Aznar's leadership, a high-level group met in Paris in 2010 to launch the Friends of Israel initiative to counter growing efforts to delegitimize the State of Israel and its rights to live in peace within safe and defensible borders. There is no question that President Aznar is an example of true leadership, but he offers something even greater. He offers to all the realization that we need each other to collaborate, whether it is for peace or against terrorism, and that Israel serves a great need in this world.
For his many years of public service, for serving so magnificently as President of Spain, for his positive impact on millions of people around the world, for exemplifying what it means to be a friend of the Jewish people, it is JNF's greatest honor to present the Shalom Peace Award to President Jose Marie Aznar.
I would have been delighted to be with you tonight. Unfortunately, health issues affecting my family made it impossible. It's a huge privilege to be honored with the prestigious Shalom Peace Award. I am not Jewish, but I do believe in Israel. Israel is a great little nation, and I have always been convinced about the importance of Israel as well as of her potential for the rest of the world. I do believe in Israel's resilience, endurance, and ability to survive against all odds since its inception 70 years ago. But I believe also in the vibrant, young, democratic, and prosperous Israel that is behind major innovations and technical solutions that will help to solve many problems across the globe. 7 years ago, I decided to create the Friends of Israel initiative because I felt that Israel was going through a very delicate situation. I call upon friends from politics, but also businessmen and intellectuals, to create a group that was not Jews and focused on closed-door direct dialogue with current leaders, thanks to our collective network. I thought that free from any link to Israeli parties or institutions gave us different positions to discuss our views about Israel's future, being security, alliance, or technology. Not being just another Jewish group gave our arguments a different attention. We stand up in defense of Israel based in strategic considerations. Since none of us has a personal agenda or any direct interest beyond our convictions, our case can be made forcefully and credibly. We cannot change everything or win all the battles, but I do believe we play a key role in some issues and institutions. I can only hope we could be successful in defending Israel and achieving our goals as you are. On behalf of everyone in Friend of Israel initiative, and with my sincere gratitude, many thanks for honoring me and our work defending Israel here tonight. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Tony Dusick and Mark Kellerman, the 2018 National Conference chairs, together with the Arizona delegation.
Arizona is thrilled, proud, and so excited to host the 2018 National Conference.
And before I call up the Arizona delegation, it would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to the wonderful job Ben and Vivian have done. You have set the bar extremely high for us in Arizona, but I will promise you that we are up for the challenge. Because I know who the real brains behind this whole conference is, and we never give her enough credit, and she knows that she is my favorite JNF staff professional. Yael, thank you, and we look forward to working with you. So now, will the Arizona delegation come on up?
Hello, JNFers. My name is Itzik Becker, and we are the Arizona delegation. Led by our co-chairs for the 2018 conference in Phoenix, Arizona, where all of you, led by Tony Dusick and Mark Hellman, and of course, our fearless leader, Deb Rochford. So you're in for a treat, because what you are going to learn today is a song that each and every child who grew up in Israel knows how to sing. And it's a JNF song. So you're gonna sing it with us. The song basically says the following: hello, delegation, I'm talking.
And it goes like this.
No, Deb, that was not it.
Not yet.
No, Deb. So it says, Dunam po, vedunam sham, regev achar regev. You got it this time, right? Kach nivnei admat ha'am, mitzafon ad negev. And it translates a little bit like this: one dunam here, one dunam there, one piece of earth after another. This is how we're building our nation's land from the north to the south. Now, Deb.
Goes like this.
אספר לך הילדה, גם לך הילד, איך בארץ ישראל האדמה נגאלת. אין דונם פה ודונם שם, רגב אחר רגב, כך נבנה אדמת העם, מצפון עד נגב. That's all. You have the words there. Okay, let's try. All of us. Okay, so. Dunam po vedunam. I don't hear you. Mitzapon. One more time. And dunam po vedunam sham. Regev achar regev. Kach nivnei admat ha'am. Okay.
Now in the original Sanskrit.
Now, I'm a fundraiser. So I know how to get money out of people, but I also know how to get a song out of people. I didn't hear you. Let's try it again. And Dunam po vedunam sham, regev achar regev, kach nivnei admat ha'am, mitzafon ad negev. Al hakir tluya kupsa, zo kupsat התכלת, כל פרוטה שנכנסה, האדמה נגאלת. אין דונם פה ודונם שם, רגב אחר רגב, כך נבנה אדמת העם, מצפון עד נגב. אין דונם פה, come on! רגב אחר רגב, כך נבנה אדמת העם, מצפון עד נגב. אין דונם שם ודונם שם, רגב אחר רגב, כך נבנה אדמת העם, מצפון עד נגב. This is how we do it in Arizona. Thank you.
See you in Phoenix.
Thank you. Now please give your attention to the video.
I don't think there's any better place to be than at the National Conference if you care at all about the land and the people of Israel.
This national conference here in Arizona is going to be absolutely historic.
Each of us, as individuals, have an opportunity to build the Jewish homeland.
We all share the same passion.
You can hike, you can bike, you can swim, you can play golf.
It's never been more important to be part of building a stronger, better Israel.
Having Israel is the cornerstone to the Jewish people. Without a Jewish homeland, the Jewish people have nothing.
Israel has so much potential. This conference is a way to be part of it.
We hold Israel's exciting future in our hands.
I am inspired about what Israel is and in awe of how our Jewish National Fund family is helping shape and build her future.
We are bringing in global thought leaders who give you a view that no one else gets.
You'll never forget being in the room with these world greats and the Jewish National Fund family around you.
You will be in the know like few others.
We get a front row seat to what's going on there. We see where our money's going. We see how it's being spent. We see the projects.
I can't wait to have you join us.
It takes you and I and Jewish National Fund giving our voice and strong support.
Your presence is a badge of honor and ensures that your voice is heard.
Being together with us tells your friends, family, and world you stand with Israel.
We want people to come to Arizona and to feel part of our Jewish National Fund family.
I think it's so important that we all show up. Our parents and grandparents and previous generations they've pulled their weight, and it's our turn to be there with them.
I want all my friends and my new friends to come and join us here in Arizona. We're going to have a blast, I promise you.
For the conclusion of this evening's program, please welcome to the stage JNF's very own Bob Levine and Edom Tomler.
Thank you, and we will see you all in Arizona.
This concludes our evening's event. Thank you, and have a very good night.
Check, check. Okay. Please rise for the singing of Israel National Anthem, Hatikva. Jeff, can we get the piano? Just wait a second.
Yotam